bigger than a monster truck. Written by Sarah and Keith Cormartin. Big movers. Have you ever seen a monster truck? Monster trucks are big. There aren't biggest vehicles though. What can even bigger than a monster truck? Vehicles that move things and people. The duck. The duck is the truck that can travel both on land and water. On land, the duck moves around on 6 wheels. In water, the duck floats like a boat. The duck can carry people to places that are hard to reach. Vehicle bridge. This vehicle bridge that can move. Other vehicles that can drive over the bridge. When the bridge is no longer needed, it flows up into the vehicles. Cranes. Cranes lift and move heavy things. Some cranes help workers build tall buildings. Others are used to move goods from ships to land. Dump trucks. The world's biggest dump trucks are used at mines. Miners use these trucks to carry rocks and dirt. The trucks use some of the biggest tires in the world. The tires are twice as tall as a person. Overland trains. These trains are used to move heavy things to places without roads. The train will move on the big wheels instead of train tracks. Each wheel is taller than a person. Moving space vehicles. Some of the world's biggest vehicles were made to move things that go to space. They carry space vehicles to high platform. These vehicles are so wide that they need their own road. Vehicles that dig. Giant power shovels. Miners use giant power shovels to dig rocks and dirt out of the mine. Giant power shovels have a big bucket that can break up into the earth and scoop it up. Tunnel diggers. These vehicles dig under the surface of the earth. They can even move through on the solid rock. Bagger 288. The largest vehicle in the world is the Bagger 288. This huge vehicle digs mines. The Bagger 288 is almost as long as 2 football fields. It digs with a huge wheel. The wheel has buckets along its ends that scoop up dirt as the wheel turns. The Bagger 288 is big enough to move mountains. Big vehicles. These vehicles used in many ways. These vehicles move in heavy loads. They travel both above and below the ground. Gigantic vehicles have gotten much bigger over the years. Some of these vehicles keep getting bigger and bigger. How big are they going to get? China, written by Travis Reid. Where is it? The People's Republic of China is one of the biggest countries in the world. Along with Russia, it makes up a big part of Asia. Many other countries will share a border with China. Beijing is the capital of China. The city is more than 3,000 years old. More than 50 million people live there. More than 1 billion people live in China. More people live in China than in other country in the world. 7 out of 10 Chinese people speak Mandarin. People also speak other languages, including English. Chinese writing does not use the letters in the English alphabet. Instead, they use thousands of characters that stand for words on parts of words. Some people live and work in the tall buildings in China's big cities. Others live in small farms and grow food. More people live in towns and villages and in other places. Celebrations. The Chinese New Year is one of the biggest celebrations in China. It takes place in the late January or the early February. Many cities hold parades. People dress up in colorful costumes. Some people dress up as lions or dragons. Many Chinese people believe lions and dragons bring good luck. People often shoot off fireworks too. History. China is one of the oldest civilizations still around today. Experts think began more than 5,000 years ago. The ancient Chinese people created many things we still use today. They were first to create paper. They were also the first to make gunpowder. we use gunpowder in fireworks today. Chinese people also discovered how to make silk cloth. Long ago, people came to China from far away places to buy silk cloth. The road they used was called the Silk Road. Land. China is so large that it has many different types of land. The north is mostly desert. The south has some of the tallest mountains in the world. In other parts of China, forests cover the land. China also has a large wetlands and flat areas covered with grass. Much of this land is used to grow food. Animals. Many people know about giant pandas and Siberian tigers. Giant pandas live in bamboo forests in a small area in the center of China. They eat only bamboo. Siberian tigers among the largest cats in the world. They live in the forests in the east and the south of China. Both Siberian tigers and giant pandas are in danger of dying out. However, many people are working to protect them. Conclusion. China is a large country. Many different people and animals live in this land. People from all over the world come to explore China with each year. If you were to visit China, what would you most like to see? Crocs and Gators, written by Kira Fried. Never smile at a crocodile. That was a song from movie Peter Pan says. After all, one bit of Captain Hook's hand. Everyone thinks that crocodiles are fierce animals. In fact, they are. Crocodiles and alligators, like snakes, turtles, and lizards, are reptiles. They are members of the group reptiles called crocodilians. Crocodilians have been on Earth since the age of dinosaurs. They have even looked like some dinosaurs from long ago. Crocodilians spend time on land and in water. They use lungs to breathe. They have thick, scaly skin. Their body temperature does not stay in the same like yours does. Instead, it changes with the temperature of the air and water found around them. To thawed, the reptiles seek cool, shady places. Crocodilians live in shallow water, swamps, and slow rivers. Most live in fresh water, but there are saltwater crocodiles too. In fact, the saltwater crocodile may be the biggest reptile. Some reach lengths of over 7 meters, 23 feet. All crocodilians have short legs and long bodies and tails. The 4 kinds of crocodilians have different kinds of jaws and teeth. All of them have sharp teeth. Let's meet all the different kinds of crocodilians. Alligators have short, round snouts. Crocodiles have narrower snouts than alligators. They also have 2 large teeth that stick out. The drawings on this page show that alligators and crocodiles look alike. Caimans live in Central and South America. The shape of their head is similar to of a crocodile. Gharials are fish eaters that live in India. They have long, narrow snouts. The drawings on this page show that caimans and gharials look alike. Crocodilians are hard to see in water. Only the top of their head or back show. They often look at the flowing log. When they are swimming, their eyes and nostrils stick out of the water. They can still see and breathe when they are mostly underwater. Crocodilians use large, powerful tails that web feet to move through water. When underwater, they close their ears and nostrils to water stays out. They can also shut off their windpipe that allows them to open their mouth while breathing in water. Crocodilians are fierce hunters. They use strong jaws to capture their prey. They eat animals as big as deer and cattle, and as small as fish as birds. They also will attack people. They cannot chew their food. They either swallow it whole, tear it apart. Sometimes they drag an animal underwater to drown it. Crocodilians are fierce fighters. When the crocodilian attacks, it's almost impossible to escape. But they have their enemies too. They may be killed in the fight with a leopard or a lion. Some crocodilians lay their eggs on sand. Others make a nest with soil and plants. Newly hatched babies are mostly helpless. Many get eaten by other animals. The luckier ones have moms to protect they hatch. Babies grow quickly. They are adults by the time they are about 5 to 8 years old. Most crocodilians are endangered. In many parts of the world, people kill crocodilians for food and their skins. Farmers destroy their homes to create land for growing crops and grazing animals. Crocodilians are also captured for use for wildlife parks. They're often killed when they grow too big. Around the world, people are helping to protect crocodilians. They put eggs in incubators to keep them safe. People care for their babies until they grow strong enough to survive in the wild. Protecting them helps keep nature in balance.